right? So once you're in hard work, is just cool runnings, all right? So feel free, relax, enjoy a glass of wine or something, or coffee, put the feet up and just chat with us, all right? Simple as
Yeah.
that.
I
So
want to start off
yeah,
by
go ahead.
saying good night to your listeners and your viewers.
Hmm.
I am Mr. York Nichols, Martin Manager of the St. Vincent and Grenadines Teachers Cooperative Credit Union
Hmm.
in St. Vincent. So I am in St. Vincent. If you hear those night noises, that's why
What
you're hearing me.
the new fire?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. It sounds so beautiful. It sounds very, very beautiful. It is. The sounds of nature. Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
So,
so I'm here
yes.
with you this evening to talk about credit union.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and what
When
we
some
have
people,
to offer.
yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
when some people hear the word credit, the term credit union, sometimes the wrong impression jump into the head. But me, past when I hear credit union, I used to have a different impression, you know. I never even bothered to look into it. That's years ago, right? It didn't really. I said that doesn't get a teenager and all that. Credit union. That's for other people. I always thought that. As until years after I really got to understand, the different things that the credit union has to offer and how important, relevant it is to, to live in, and
Yes,
to do. It's amazing. And as time goes on, more and more it expands. The credit union expands its branches and so on into other areas, and that's beautiful. So I really want to hear what exciting stuff you guys have to offer, what the plans are, immediate and future, for listening and viewing folks in the diaspora. But I'm talking to some folks in the diaspora here, and they're excited to see they're going to be logging on here. What ideas and exciting things you have in the bag.
yes.
If
Well,
that's what
maybe I should start with is to talk about what a credit union is and the history of the teachers credit union, because I think our history in particular is quite unique and important to who we are as a credit union. So a credit union, a cooperative credit union is a member-owned financial institution, and as the name implies, cooperative, part of the name implies, it's a cooperation among the members.
mm-hmm.
We pool our resources together, and each member and we use those resources to help members of the credit union.
Right.
One of the philosophies of a credit union is people helping people. So in essence, we really just pool the resources of the members to uplift other members. And when I say member-owned financial institution, that is meant in every sense of the word. Our members, when you become a member, you purchase your shares that make you a member. You have a vote, you share in the surplus of the credit union, and you have a say at the annual general meeting. In how the credit union operates. You
Mm-hmm.
can have your voices and opinions heard at that meeting. So when we say member owned, we truly mean that.
Wow.
And what's unique about the Teachers Credit Union is that we were formed out of the teacher strike that took place. I know a lot of us remember the day that teachers.
Yeah.
Yes. So a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
beautiful
at
stuff.
that time, yes, at that time, a lot of teachers, they lost their jobs. Some of them
Mm-hmm.
were sent to work areas that really was not great for them. You live on land and you were sent to live on, in the Grenadines. And back in that time, transportation and living away from your family was quite difficult. So out of that, members of the teachers union decided that they needed to create a way in which they could support their members financially. And in 1978, the Teachers Credit Union was formed. That's
Oh.
why we're Teachers Credit Union, because we were formed out of, as our tagline says, we are the baby of the Teachers Union in essence. And over the years, in the beginning, when the credit union was first formed, it was only open to teachers. So you had to be, and over the years, to allow extension, outside of St. Vincent, if you're a Vincentian and or a CARICOM citizen, you can become a member of the Teachers Credit Union.
Wait, if you're CARICOM citizen, you can what?
Yeah, if you are part of CARICOM, you can, if you live in, if you're a CARICOM national, if you're a member, if you're national of another island that's a part of CARICOM, you can become a member of the
That's interesting. And it's the same thing. Does the same apply? So, if you're Vincentian, you can join another credit union in another CARICOM territory.
Yes.
That's okay. That's typical. Okay, interesting. I never knew that. I never knew that. But it's ironic, kind of ironic that it was formed out of the strike when teachers lost their jobs and so on and all that, and
Yes.
and today there's a situation where teachers have also lost their jobs. So
Yes.
so you would think that it was a foresight.
And we would have and why I say our history is important to who we are as a credit union is that we understand and we focus on empowering our members because we understand the struggle, because we were formed out of that hardship.
Yeah.
We understand the struggle and we pay attention to the issues that our members face, and we always look for ways in which to help them. So when our members lost their job during COVID and even most recently, members who were affected by Hurricane Beryl, a lot of them received moratoriums on their loans. Specifically for Beryl, we distributed money to members, free money to members who were affected in the southern Grenadines by Hurricane Beryl. Yes.
I didn't know that. What?
Yes.
Because I hear a lot of talk about Beryl, but never heard any involvement by the credit union to persons who are devastated. I mean, the teachers.
Yes, our members. When Beryl first took place, we immediately took action and we went down. We distributed water, non-perishable food items, and a host of other things. We would have went down within days after to support our members and of course our staff, because we have branches in each of the main Grenadine islands that were affected. So we went down and we did that, and we at Teachers have a fund called the Disaster Relief Fund. So that money was used. Members received upwards of $2,500 to assist to help them with their repairs. As I said, that was free money that they have received. So we really pay attention to the issues that are affecting our members and try to meet them where we even introduced the loan product, a 0%, a zero interest loan product to assist our members as well during that time.
So do you know if unit of unions did similar like the Obama effort in United Island?
What happened when we went down was actually well, there are currently 4 credit unions in Vincent and Grenadines and societies. 3 of those credit unions we joined together and we went down and we distributed. We went down as a group, but went to our members and assisted. So other credit unions did provide assistance to members.
To their members or to anybody who was collective credit union?
So we went and we went to our members, so members of teachers, and the other credit unions would have went to their members and assisted.
Okay. That's great. Well, I mean, boy, you see, I don't know. I'm very impressed because the folks in Grenadines Island are very connected to union. I because my father and brothers are from union. Right?
Okay, good. My name is Mike, so that Grenadine connection.
Yeah, my grandma's from Canada, so I'm a unionite as well, you see. Yeah, so I feel really good to know that you guys went down because I was involved in efforts to send stuff down to union as well. That's a really good move. Yeah, that's the Christian Teachers Union. That's I really didn't know that. I didn't know that. Anyway, how easy it is to join credit union? How easy it is? Because it's so hard to join anything. Oh my God, it's so hard to join things.
Regulations, it's anti-money laundering regulations have made it a little, I don't want to say difficult, but has put it with some,
right?
yes, for some person. So to become a member of the Teachers Credit Union, you would need to provide us, obviously fill out an application form, and you can find that application form on our website, tcsvg.com, so you can download it. You fill out that form, you would have to provide 2 valid pieces of identification, proof of address, so like a utility bill, proof of income, a payslip, a job letter. We even accept if you, for instance, you're a farmer or a fisher and you supply like hotels or supermarkets and you have a contract, you can use that as your proof of income. If you have a business account, if you're a small business owner and you have a business account and that is the way on your living, you can use that as your proof of income. If you're retired, your retirement is a proof of income. If you are, let's say you have relatives overseas and they support you by sending money via Western MoneyGram, you can use those receipts as your proof of income.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And for these IDs, we accept your passport, your driver's license, and your driver's license can also be used as your proof of address.
If you don't have that,
your driver's license, you could use your passport. If you're a fisherman or you're a farmer, you can use your fisher folk or your farmer's ID. But if you only have one piece of identification, what we accept as well is you can take a passport size photo, and we have a template of a letter that a GP can fill out, certify that he knows you and you're the person in the photo, and that they will sign off and stamp it, and that can be used as your second piece of ID.
I have a pet peeve with this thing, right? The bank here, and I've argued my case, and in some cases it's not successful, but it doesn't make, why you have to have 2 pieces ID?
Well, it's the heads in the FSA, who's the regulatory financial body. They have put different rules, laws in place to combat anti-money laundering.
Right.
I guess it's to ensure that you are, I suppose.
Look, I was standing at the bank, right? At the National Bank here in Montreal, right? And I had 1 piece of ID, which is my passport, right? On me.
Yes.
And the clerk said I need 2 pieces. So I asked her, what will the other piece tell you what this piece is not telling you? Right?
Yes, it's just a layer of verification. We do arguments with that.
But I'm still in front of you, right? You see me, I'm in front of you. You see me.
And I'm
you see photos. It looks like me, right? It doesn't make sense. What if I have to tell you? So the other piece I will tell that is me, really. So he's telling the truth. That's really. It doesn't make sense. It's frustrating to the customer. I mean, it's frustrating.
Yes, you know? Yes. It can be, especially in Vincent where a lot of persons, they only have their national ID. Yes, exactly. 1 piece of ID. So. And
to get national ID, to get a passport, you have to go through all that verification to legitimize the thing. You have to go through the whole over, right? To get that. Right?
Yes.
So what? It doesn't make sense to ask something else.
Yeah, that's why we recognize that, and that is why we create this template that you have a GP. And we live in communities, and almost all of the communities in Vincent has a GP. So you must know, you would know a justice be please.
So this is me.
Yes, certify that you are the
So you let me the passport was mine. You see my point?
Yes. No, I understand your point.
Man, there is something about this man. They have got to make it easier for the common man, because somebody don't have the patience and the know-how to jump through all those hoops, right? It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. Something got to be done about that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like making life hard for me. Because one guy was telling me he had a passport that was expired, right? So he got a new passport, and they asked him for the birth certificate to renew his passport.
Yes.
And to get the passport, he had to submit his birth certificate to get his passport. Right? So anyway, that's a different day.
Yes. So now, once you provide those documentations, you would then have to purchase your qualifying shares, and those shares are what makes your member. And that's a total of 300 EC dollars. You are also encouraged to enroll in our debt benefit grant at that time, which is $50.
Every year?
$50 annually, yes. So upon joining, you pay your $50, and then after that, it's deducted from your account at the beginning of the year. So it's $50 annually, and then there's a $5 processing fee. So to become a full member of credit union, you pay $350 EC dollars. Well, $355 EC dollars.
Yeah.
And we, going back to what I said about us understanding the issues that our members face, we don't expect you to pay that all at once if you don't have it. So we allow our members up to 6 months to become full members. Up to 6 months, yeah. So you can start your membership with what you have, and then over a 6-month period, you can pay something each month until you complete these 355 payments. And then once you become a member, you can access all the services that we offer at the credit union.
So the 6 months is to give you time to pay 355, is that it?
Yes. So if you don't have it all up front, because we recognize it may be a challenge for some persons, we give you some time. So you can pay something every month until you get it up.
But it's everything up front. I can become a member instantly?
You become a member instantly, yes.
Oh, beautiful. Good night to you, Lennox. Lennox is saying on the feed here, the machine-readable passport is certainly enough. So I guess somebody will feel the same way. Machine-readable passports should be enough to anyway, but we have but do you get a membership like, what's the number?
Well, currently we have over 1,000 members, but that's just adult members. That doesn't include or junior savers or persons who have business accounts with us or persons who have group accounts. So, for instance, if you are you have a sporting club and you want to open an account to save, you can do that as well.
Okay. Well, this is fantastic. Let me ask you one question before I go to the other section we want to talk about. How different are you than the bank?
But I think the big difference is, one, you as a member, you share in the service of credit union. You at the annual general meeting, the board of directors will say what the dividend are, and that percentage is paid on your equity shares, which another type of shares that I didn't speak about. You have to have a minimum of $500 in equity shares. And really, what equity shares is what back in the day we used to call permanent shares.
Oh, okay, yes.
So for those persons would know what permanent shares are. We've renamed it equity shares. And each member has to have a minimum of $500, and that is what your dividend is paid on. So the more money you have in your equity shares, when dividends are paid, is the greater your dividends would be. So that's one of the differences. And I spoke about having a voice and a say in how the credit union is run. You can come to the annual general meeting, you have a vote, so you can vote on different policies and so forth. For example, at our AGM last year, the members voted to increase the debt benefit grant. It used to be $2,000, and last year they voted affirmatively to increase it to $7,500. So now your beneficiary would receive $7,500. So you have a say. You can also volunteer to serve within credit union. There are a host of committees. Some are voted on by the membership, so the board of directors, supervisory credit committee. Those are elected positions, and then you have a host of committees that are appointed by board. So you have the ability to serve the credit union and truly have a say how it is run. You cannot do that in another like bank. So the other great thing I think is that what I was thinking about is that we truly want to see our members do well, and we always try to find ways, especially if they're encountering difficulty. I spoke about the moratorium we offered members during COVID and during burial. Members were given a 6-month moratorium if they were affected. And that means you did not pay your loan. If you had a loan with the credit union, your loan payment was on pause for 6 months. During our COVID, it was longer, it was extended longer than that. And even if generally, let's for instance, you have a loan with the credit union, you're having difficulty, you come in and you tell us, and we find ways in which we work with the person. And oftentimes the bank is repayments and that sort of thing. So we always try to work with our members. And as I mentioned, our members, we're all about helping our members. So if on the flip side of that you are encountering difficulty, members who have lost their homes for fire, members who have had medical issues, we provide financial assistance as well. Once you contact us and say you have a need, we always find a way to. I think those are the biggest differences, and the main differences between credit union and bank.
Do you insist that members who have homes so on, do you insist that they have home insurance?
Yes, if you have a mortgage with us, you have to have insurance, and you also have to have life insurance. And now that I'm talking about insurance, one of the services we offer our persons who have mortgages with us is a life insurance through Puna Mutual, and that's Puna is a insurance company used by credit unions throughout the region. And I'll go back to what we mainly use them for. But we offer our members a really great life insurance. What is really great is that first of all, the payment is really low, very low compared to other insurances. And then what happens is the payment is based on the reducing balance. So as your mortgage reduces, the insurance payment reduces as well.
So that
It covers your mortgage instead if you are injured or if you're ill and you can no longer walk. It covers the mortgage payment for you and a host of other things. We offer that to for members who have mortgages.
so that's only after. So there's no benefits during your lifetime from the insurance, right? Like an
Well,
income plan, or like
it covers you for the mortgage. No, there's no that doesn't have any of it. No.
okay, just the okay, that's just cover the mortgage. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's up to you that you because you only maybe you never had life insurance before and you only want life insurance because it's a requirement for your mortgage. That's a big option for you. And the point that I wanted to make again with you is that all members of the union receive a free insurance. In essence, credit union bears the cost for this insurance. So what happens is each member is covered every month. We pick you every month at no cost to the member. And this insurance covers you, for instance, if you pass away and you have a loan with us, that insurance would cover the balance of the loan. And also it pays your beneficiary a percentage of the amount of money that you would. They have a calculation system, but based on the amount of money you have in your shares, they pay your beneficiary a percentage of that for the work it out. I'm not too sure what's that no cost to member.
But that's only for that's only benefit for like only after you pass.
Yes, after you pass. But it's at no cost to you. So it's in essence your beneficiary outside of receiving money that you would have assigned to them from your account, you receive this additional funds as well.
Man, Minister, I'm so impressed, right? I am so impressed. I got this.
Yes.
It's a secret.
No, it's not. We offer services to our members. We have wonderful savings for. A lot of persons after with our loans, that's what they're mainly interested in. So the mortgage loans, the vehicular loans, education, business loan. We have at this credit union next to us. We have what is called a revolving loan, and that loan you can get up to $25,000. And how that loan works, why we call it a revolving loan credit, is you can borrow back up to the amount that you were paid without having to go back through the loan process. So let's say you borrowed at $20,000, $25,000, and you would have paid $2,000 or $3,000. Something pops up and you need some money. You can come in, fill up what we call a top-up form, attach your payslip, and you can borrow back up to that $3,000 you would have paid. The money goes into your account within 24 hours, at least 24 Yeah, you don't have to back to the loan officer. You don't have to go through the loan. Yeah, and it's pretty popular. Right now, we are pushing it for persons to use it to go green. We're really encouraging persons to, whether it is they want to invest in solar panels, energy efficient appliances. You know how hot it gets in Vincent.
So
we're pushing that so persons can go green with that loan.
And what's the interest rate?
The interest rate on that is 14% per annum. For the year, so it's divided over the 14% is the
That's a high man.
You think so?
That's 14%.
And it's popular. It's very, very good.
14%. That's high.
And we often run special. For example, we had our 45th anniversary 2 years ago, and we had no special that were offering 4.5% interest.
Now we talking.
Yeah, we did, and currently most of our loans, if not most of our loans, offer a range, so we don't have one set interest rate. To a risk assessment, so based on your risk level, will determine your interest rate. Another way we try to help us. So if you have good credit, your interest rate will be lower than someone who.
That's good incentive. That's a good incentive. I mean, I've been talking to you earlier to come to the my couple of people, and they were so excited about hair mobility. But and so this is the internet for them to make. Vincent and July, right? There are a lot of people who will want to hear this information. But I spoke to somebody and they're coming to just hoping that you guys will be there. Right?
Yes, but I'm hoping to be there. Not last year, the year before, we sponsored the picnic. We were not present, but we were sponsors. And last year we went to Vincent Day in New York, and that was really well received. So you never know. We'll see what can happen this year.
The sponsor is good, but your active presence is there.
Yeah, we need to come and meet people and all.
I see on the kid, it's good. I'm sure a lot of people sign up with you. I'm sure a lot of people sign up with you because I didn't put all benefits. So I didn't know.
Yes, and I haven't been talking about a lot of these services we offer. We have savings, we have junior savers, and our junior savers get 4% interest per annum.
Go ahead. I'll simply give you
4%, the kids get 4% on their accounts, and then we have a bookstore, and they get 10% at the bookstore back to our general school supplies. We have a really great retirement savings plan as well that offers 4% interest.
Whoa.
Yeah, 4%. Our ordinary savings account gives you 2.15% per annum interest. We have a host of other sources. We talk about the benefit brand. We offer member health insurance. So if you are working and your workplace doesn't offer you health insurance, or maybe you're retired and you want to still have health insurance, you can have health insurance through the credit union as well.
So, because I still have people, but when they have a crisis, right, they have a hard time finding money to take themselves outside of service, right? If they need to go abroad. How does that work? We don't hear about that. Insurance.
Yes, so insurance is strategical, and that covers dental, medical, and vision. And there's some air ambulance service there, which is what you're talking about.
Yes.
So they will get reimbursed for whether it is an actual air ambulance, or let's say you're well enough to get a regular commercial flight and you take flight to another island. There's a reimbursement for that as well. And as someone travels extensively as well, the statutory health insurance is connected to Aetna. So even if you are in the US, and I know Aetna is in the US, you can, and let's say for instance you're ill, you will receive great share as well.
Because it's hard for people to take the funds up front. But in case of a crisis, right? That's the crucial thing. You have to be able to cover the funds up.
It may not be 100%, but some insurance would cover some of the cost.
Okay, so it's better than having barbecue at the
yeah, well, you still need to have barbecue, but you wouldn't need to have 10 barbecues. You just need to have 5.
But I mean, it bothers me. It bothers me to rush and struggle to come out and so on. You know what I'm saying? And it's really bothers me. I don't want it. It can be informed earlier and prepare themselves for any wise.
Yes, so it's good. And some members use this service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will be more proactive. They can really get a plan in